following podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Remember, the first rule of gambling responsibly is to bet with your head and not over it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cousin Vito's Casino Podcast proudly presents your guide to enjoying gambling. And now, direct from the bar, your cousin and mine, Cousin Vito!
Welcome everybody to Cousin Vito's Casino Podcast, your guide to enjoying gambling. I'm your host, Cousin Vito, and together, we're going to make luck happen at the casino. Thank you for checking out episode number 134, and I'd like to welcome back my buddy, my pal, fellow Thanks Gambling attendee, Big Lou.
Thank you for that rousing introduction. I can't think of the word there. I think that's the right word, though. Thank you for having me back on, Vito. Yeah,
I'll take rousing.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad to be back. It's been over a year.
It's been a while, Big Lou.
Yeah.
It's been too long since we've been to the casino together. And you might remember Big Lou. He came out to Zorkfest in Las Vegas with me, and this past weekend, Big Lou came and explored MGM Springfield with me. And we have a great show for you tonight, Lou, because we're going to get into this Thanks Gambling MGM Springfield trip report. And I got to say, I was really impressed.
Yeah, I did. I walked in with little expectation because it's Springfield, Massachusetts. It's like I don't know what to expect out of that town.
Yeah, you weren't heading to. You're not going to Las Vegas. You know what I mean? You're not going to Las Vegas or some tribal property hidden somewhere. You're going to Springfield, Massachusetts.
Yeah,
you've driven by it before.
Exactly. I think the last one I drove by was going to the Big E by accident. I took the wrong exit or something like that. I was like, oh, that's where MGM is. But I didn't go in, so this was a great opportunity to finally take a chance to take a look at the casino. And spoiler alert, I was pleasantly surprised.
We had a blast. This will be one of those nights that we look back on, you know, as time passes, there's those nights you remember as a good time. And Thanks Gambling, Lou, I think is going to be one of those nights that I look back on and say, you know what, that was a great night to be a gambler.
100%. I'm so glad I went. I'm glad that, you know what, you talked me into going, and I was listening to a couple of previous episodes talking about it. I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this. I haven't had a nice day to myself.
A little me time.
Fun. Yeah, exactly. That's what I needed. You know what? I'm glad I did it. So we're going to get into it, of course, on this episode. I'm pumped to talk about it.
I'm actually really excited, too. So we're definitely going to talk about that. But we also have, Lou, you've been watching, football, right? You know the different, the brown oblong ball on the rectangular grass field. You know that?
I think I've seen a game or two
Maybe
in my life,
too.
possibly.
I believe it. So, judging by your fantasy team, you might have seen none, I gotta say.
Yeah. Drew
Spoiler
Brees can just
alert,
stay
lose out of the
healthy.
playoffs.
These Saints are just, they just can't stay healthy on the field. The ones I have on my team at least can't stay healthy.
I think they know they're on your team. That's what I feel like
Probably.
sometimes. That somebody told them, we traded for you. Go down. So we have a Cousin Vito Eliminator Challenge, and Lou, we crowned a winner.
Oh my goodness!
So
already?
We're going to reveal the winner. We have the grand prize.
Was it me? I'm in there.
You were out. Well, I think you were out like first week, weren't you?
I think I was out first week.
Very poor showing, Lou. I was very disappointed. I remember being disappointed in you, and there was a couple others. I was like, oh, that's early. Even though I was like only a couple weeks in, like a sham. I forgot what I did. Some stupid move, like always. The closest I ever came to winning a pick'em. You want to know how I got eliminated?
How?
So you don't remember all the facts all the time. I don't remember what year this was, but I was like in week 13, 14 probably, and it was the Chicago Bears versus the Miami Dolphins.
Oh no!
And I was like, you know what? I love my Chicago Bears. I've been saving them all season. The Dolphins have been mediocre. The Bears were looking okay, and I said, let's do this. And the Bears were on the road. I remember being like, I'm so stupid. The Bears on the road in Miami, and the Bears lost. And that was like a $2,000 pick'em years ago.
Ooh.
So that was the closest I've ever been, and it was a free. I think it was like $20 a person, but it was like a big giant group of people. You know, it was an old Yahoo thing or something. And I'm not in it anymore, but I was so close. It was me and like three other people. I was counting the money, and I blew it. And the Bears did it to me. So I've been scarred ever since.
You can't play with your heart, Vito. You should know that. You can
I
never
know.
play with your heart.
I know, but I'm a passionate guy, Lou. But that isn't all. We got our MGM Springfield trip report, which is going to be a blast. We have we're going to crown our Eliminator Challenge winner. But Lou, I've been yearning for a little knowledge on this show, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We have some good guests. We had Captain Jack. We've had great guests over the past couple months here.
Because of Mikey.
My cousin Mikey's been on, yeah. Mikey, I'm hoping that Mikey on the show to do a little MGM report, and Amanda too, because she had a blast. So
yes,
there's a lot of people on MGM, but I miss my pal Tony, and I miss my pal Jason from the Vice Lounge Online, Lou.
Yeah.
And this week we're going to invite back Tony Snyder and Jason Gillikin, and Lou, I handpicked this Vice Lounge Online same segment just for you.
Oh, I'm excited. You know what? I remember I met those guys out at Zorkfest, and you know what? I have listened to the last few episodes, and I'm like, wait a second.
I know. I dropped the ball. I know. And they went out of their way and made the segments for me. I've had them for like months. And
oh my god.
Well, you know what it is. I'm always, it's been like I've been running. I've been flying around by the seat of my pants here. So it's like some weeks. One week I even I exported, had everything done. And I was like, oh man. I forgot to even talk about it. So this week we're getting him back. And Lou, I want to thank you for remembering that. Because I was doing the show rundown. He's like, I don't know, Vice Lounge Online segment, eh? I was like, oh, thank God you reminded me. I totally forgot about that. But since you reminded me, I handpicked one for you. And I think we should jump right into it, Lou.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Me, you, Jason, Tony, and the Vice Lounge Online.
I'm Tony Snyder.
And I'm Jason Gillikin.
From the Vice Lounge Online, this week we're going to talk about, do you really need to have a Players Club card? And the answer is yes. First of all, the main attraction are the offers that you will receive. You can't receive offers for comp rooms or cash back or discounts on tickets if you're not a part of the club. If you're not in their system, they don't know that you exist.
Next, a player's card tracks your play. It gives both you and the casino a mechanism to track your in and out, your wins and losses, so that in part you can help to reconcile the finances you have when you claim all of your massive gambling winnings at the end of the tax year.
Next, remember, it isn't connected to the video poker machine or the slot machine. What this means is you needn't worry that the slot machine or video poker machine is going to think that you've won too much or lost too much and then adjust accordingly. It's merely there for the purposes of knowing what sort of playthrough you're giving and the amount of time. Remember, those are the things that make up your average daily theoretical. The amount that you're betting, how long you're betting, what sort of game you're playing. That's the value of having your card in the machine. It does not allow you to hit a royal because you're quote-unquote due, nor will it prevent you from receiving a jackpot because it believes that you've won too much money.
And finally, a player's card, if you advance high enough in their tier statuses, sometimes can bring you extra special bonuses like specialized lines at the cashier cage or cutting to the front of the line at the buffet or free valet service or something like that. These are all wonderful opportunities that you only get when the property knows and respects your longitudinal history with that company.
If you'd like to learn more about why having a Players Club card can benefit you long term, pop on over to the ViceLoungeOnline.com website.
All right, Big Lou. Now, was that a timely Vice Lounge Online or what?
It was very informative.
It's funny how it's almost like Tony and Jason could see into the future because, Lou, part of the Thanks Gambling event that we're going to get into was we went and signed up for M Life, the MGM casino, the MGM resort. They have their little rewards program.
Mm-hmm.
So I've played at MGM properties before, and as a recreational gambler, there's a few ins and outs you'll learn, and one of them is if you're going to sign up to a new rewards program, make sure you wait for a day you're going to play a lot.
Yes.
So me and you both signed up for MGM together, and I feel like, you signed up, you're like, all right, yeah, let me get my card, whatever. But Jason and Tony had some really great advice on why this is so important for you.
Yeah, no, definitely. Great stuff. I'm glad that they had almost like a perfect episode for us to use on today's episode because
I know, it's really
it
like
ended up being perfect. And it's like I have a couple of players cards from a couple casinos, definitely Foxwoods, Mohegan. I always forget to bring them with me every time we go. And
some reason everything costs money, but those little plastic cards, they're still free. They'll print them out. It's like they had a card tree. So
25 kiosks that you can get a new card printed out every time. And I still have my cards from Vegas too, some in a box.
Oh yeah, I forced you to sign up for the Casino Royale over there. I think for the $20 free play. I think we did good in the Harley though. Yeah. So that was good. All right, yeah. So Lou, you signed up. And, we're both kind of low rollers. We're neither of us are really high rollers. But even for somebody like us, it's great to have it because you get a few bucks back.
Yeah.
You must have got a little free treat. You got a coffee or something out at the end.
I was able to apply. I earned like I think $6. I didn't play as much as like you were playing.
Yeah,
I got some table play, I got some slot play, but you know what? That was half my breakfast was paid for.
And that's something.
Yeah, exactly.
Something for nothing in a way because you're having a good time. And what I really like about this is the superstition of the player's card is bad for the machine because like. Sometimes when we play and we're doing the slot pulls, like tag team slot play, we'll pull the card out to like change things up and be like, all right, let's get out of here. Pull the card out, do a couple more spins. But we don't truly, subscribe to don't play with your card.
Yeah.
I was talking to, people that are my peers at work, not like in my own job, but people that are like my age that, gamble recreationally. And a lot of them harbor that superstition, Lou.
Yeah. So
that the player's card is tracking you and it won't let you win if you won and it knows that you hit over there. And, like, it seems superstitious and it's like, they can track everything if they want to.
Yeah.
But they're not tracking it, as far as we know.
No, I mean the idea that they're using your card and they're like, if you think if you're gonna win because you're playing your card because you're due, like Tony was saying, it's like no, it's not how anything like that works. It's so just demystifying that portion of like the conspiracy of gambling with your with the cards. Like that's nice to like understand that doesn't happen that way.
And you might as well pick up the comps.
Yeah.
you might as well. You're going losing money, and God forbid you go on a winning streak. They're gonna want you to come back. You're at a slot machine. You hit for a jackpot or something.
Yeah.
You're gonna play with that. It all helps you in the long run to get a few more free things.
Exactly.
So I feel good about that because I forced you to sign up for the card from Thanksgiving.
Well, I mean,
this is like my
too.
penance, Lou, because I was like, "Lou, you got to sign up. You got to come and sign up."
But there was definitely at least benefits to it. Like definitely getting the free slot play included with Thanksgiving was great.
Yes, that's actually a perfect example. So at Thanksgiving, we're going to get into the trip report, but you signed up through the MGM. You joined our slot pool, and one of the great perks Chris had for the event was if you joined the slot pool, they would add $20 in free play to your account for being a part of the first slot pool.
And I think I got an automatic upgrade from their first level to like their second level.
Yes, it's from Sapphire to the Pearl.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, cool, I'll take that 100%. And who
And
knows how much I would have had to play to get that upgrade off the bat. So.
And I mean, we might as well jump into the trip report, but the hospitality, it was it ended up being a good business move for them because we're going to get into the trip report. But I feel like they might have found a customer in you.
Yeah,
they might actually
100%.
have found somebody that wasn't a casino loyalist, and they may have won you over at Thanksgiving. As crazy as it sounds.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, might as well get into it. You want to jump into the trip report?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Trip reports. Yeah.
Well, Big Lou. It is great to have you back in Make Luck Happen Studios to talk about this wonderful Springfield trip report. We went up to Springfield, Massachusetts, the MGM Springfield, for Thanks Gambling. It was an event that our pal Chris from the Art in the Game podcast was throwing, Lou. And it was my first time there. It was your first time there. And we wined. I don't know, the dining. We didn't have to do a lot of high-end dining. We did a lot of dining, though.
Yes.
We gambled. And I made a lot of new friends up there, Lou.
Yeah, no. I remember a couple people from Zorkfest were there. They recognized me. Jay, definitely.
Oh, Atlantic City Jay.
He called me out from like wandering through the casino to get me to come to one of the restaurants. They were having a couple slices of pizza. He joined in. I'll get the story about what Jay said to me since he hadn't seen me since Zorkfest. It was kind of funny, but a bunch of nice people that I hadn't met before, people that I had met before. Great community, people that were there and were enjoying the experience of being at Thanksgiving. So
I was jealous. When you texted me and were like, "Oh, I'm with Jay and the thing, the doopy-doo." I'm like, "What do you mean with Jay and the thing?" I was stuck in traffic. So that's the other thing, Lou. You took the train to Springfield. So New Haven, Connecticut has a line that goes straight to Springfield.
Yes.
That saved you, an hour, 15-minute commute at least.
Probably at least. So I took from.
And I hit traffic, so it saved you. It probably saved you.
Hartford line went right up. I happened to catch one of the Amtrak lines. It wasn't just like the dedicated Hartford CT line. It was one of the nice I don't think it was the Acela, but I had tray backs.
So
on
you're
the table,
luxury.
I had
Yeah, you took
Wi-Fi.
pictures. Lou had his little fold down tray.
It was
his little
great.
snacks.
Kicked my feet up. I was on my iPad the whole
my
time.
God.
I was planning my trips. I got a trip to New York actually coming up tomorrow. I was planning that while I was on the train. So I took my time and enjoyed my trip up there. I got off in the at Springfield Union, I think it's called.
How was the station?
The station's actually really nice. It's weird
Really?
because like Amtrak, there's no like there's where you the off area where you get off on the train, you get down the stairs onto like ground level, which is very weird to me. But the train station is underground too, so it was a very interesting like way it was set up. But it's actually a really nice looking station. They had Dunkin' Donuts there, which I went and made sure I got my coffee too.
I saw your little picture with your coffee.
It was good coffee. I haven't had coffee in a while because I have to be at work so early. I don't have time to stop for coffee anymore. So I enjoyed my cup of coffee, and I picked up my Lyft ride. Sweet lady, she was talkative, very very nice lady, talking about the casino. She's like, "Oh, I go to Mohegan all the time." Like, well, you live in Springfield. She's like, yeah, but you know what? It's nice to visit outside of your area. And I'm like, oh, it's great.
Yeah, I can sympathize. It's like more of a trip for her.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more like she's like, I'm in Springfield all day. Let me go.
Yeah, I can imagine having to, like living in the same town of that casino and then like just always being tempted. At least if you make it a trip, then it like kind of like heightens the experience more. Just like this was taking the trip, it heightened the experience.
I'm a train guy. I love the train to Manhattan,
train.
and it's like when you were like, "Oh, I'm going to take the train to Springfield." Lou, I was a little bit jealous because while you were on your train with your little tray down, probably writing up or putting filters on some sort of picture you took.
I definitely took some Instagram pictures.
Yeah,
and put them up, so.
You know what I was doing? I was cursing under my breath, stuck in traffic, and this is a side note. We're gonna get to the casino gambling, but you know what kind of bothers me sometimes?
What?
Is Waze is sometimes too smart for its own good. Just hear me out, Lou. You're a technology guy.
Yeah.
So okay, there's a little traffic on the highway. Why don't we have you get off and take back roads for 30 minutes just to avoid 31 minutes of traffic? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I was very, when you were like, oh, I was just getting in, you're like, oh, I'm having pizza with Jay. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm in the car. I'm stuck. I drove around. I think I crossed the Massachusetts border on back roads. It was like I was escaping from Canada or something, coming, trying to beat the border patrol because I was like, what does it have me get off here for? So there was that. So I got there, Lou, and we both had a good time. But the rooms. So we checked into the rooms.
You checked in before I did. So I brought my really around the casino with my.
You were hanging out with all my friends. Hanging out with all my friends.
They had a pizzeria
Well, I'm stuck
there.
in traffic. You got a nice cup of coffee. So that's besides the point. But the rooms, Lou.
Yes.
I was very impressed.
I'm completely shocked. I'm used to like at the casinos, like going to like Fox's, Mohegan. They're like very like updated, like industrial kind of look, where it's like bright lights, bright walls, like clean looking. Like
the casinos
modern.
have a very generic feel to them. They usually, most of them have some sort of exciting carpeting.
Yeah.
You got your beds. You got your little business table that's the same way against the wall with your phone. And this was different.
It was 100% different. It was like had this nice like sort of like a vintage feel to it. The like nice like cool colors on the walls. The walls were like this greenish tint to it. There was stuff hanging, a bluish green tint to it. There's paintings on the walls. There's like art, all sorts of like.
You're so much more observant than I am. I was like the TV stand was. You got pulled the TV out of the wall. That was my whole critique.
Well, I related to because I was in New York a couple weeks ago and I stayed at the Moxie and downtown Moxie. Fantastic hotel. It's a Marriott property. I used my free room for my Marriott card.
Yeah,
totally worth it.
You seemed very satisfied about the Moxie.
And you know what? It was very similar to where it's like it was. Like you took the Moxie Hotel and you blew it up to a huge size because the room much bigger than I expected. Giant shower, huge bathroom, king size bed, a table, a huge glass table with big like seats. The TV does pull out on a full motion mount, cool. So it's like it's
actually me and Amanda were like, we should get this for our room. We have the TV on like the dresser.
Yeah,
and we've been like, I hate the TV on the dresser, and I like that stand. But you know what I actually like too. The little chairs they had and the table, the little lounge table they had in the room, that was like a nice size. You could pull the seats apart. You could seat a bunch of people in there. As somebody who I've stayed in, at the casino, I don't know how many nights in my life.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorite casino hotel rooms. That's up there.
100%.
You know, overall for like, if I were to get that room, you know, that room was nice if it was any sort of hotel room. Like if we went to Manhattan and got the room, that would have been a beautiful Manhattan room. You know what I'm saying?
I would have loved it.
But if we went to Vegas and that was a room in Vegas, that would have been a good room. You'd be like, this is a cool room.
100%.
And I not to harp too much on the architecture or any of that stuff because we're the gambling show, but yeah, I thought it was cool. They had like an old stock ticker, and they had like some historical items there from Springfield. And I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised. The lobby was like a little library.
Yeah,
like it was like a weird little library. And I mean,
and
my check-in was really quick, and hopefully it's not a ton of rooms. So you would imagine that in a hotel that size,
yeah.
Ideally, the lobby isn't that packed that often. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, they're going to have rush times, but it's not like they have a tower with 23 floors on it where, like, oh, yeah, we got one front desk agent.
Yeah.
Where it was like, my check-in was seamless and nice, and I honestly, 2 thumbs up, or I'm not going to do stars. We'll do the Siskel and Ebert. I've been watching Siskel and Ebert on YouTube, Lou. Can you believe that? That's how weird I am now. Amanda's starting to grow on her. She, like, hated it. She's like, oh, we got to watch the movie reviewer, guys. But, like, now that I watched one, it shows me a whole bunch of Siskel and Ebert reviews.
Yeah.
So, like, you get to watch. It's fun hearing what these people thought about movies that came out when they came out, you know?
Yeah.
And you see which ones actually became cult favorites, which ones were worse than they thought.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's a Siskel and Ebert. 2 thumbs up on my MGM Springfield hotel room and check-in process and, you know, everything associated with that.
I agree with that, too. Because I didn't check in right off the bat because I wanted to, like... I had no idea what I was doing there.
We were hanging out with everyone having pizza pie while I was stuck in traffic.
Do I check in right off the bat? Is there check in under my name? I know I had to check in through like the check-in process from like the
and we were on the same floor too.
I know.
Nice
ironically up on the same floor. That was actually
my mom was on the floor. I mean, probably the room block thing. We were all on the same floor. That was nice.
Yes, very nice.
Very nice.
Check-in was super quick, and it's just like it was just a fantastic experience staying there. I'm glad that I made the decision to stay there, unlike Mikey, who left.
Yeah, Mikey. Yeah, well, you know, he's got responsibilities.
I know, married.
You know me. I'm gonna reject all that. I'm like Peter Pan. That's basically. Then they tell me I'm like, you married Peter Pan, so you're in trouble here.
Oh, good lord.
So we loved our rooms, and then we went down. So this is the Thanks Gambling Review. We went to the Tap.
Yes.
What's it? Tap Bar. Tap Bar at MGM Springfield, right off the casino floor.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris had his little sign up. We do the slot pull sign up. You met up with the host. You signed up for your M Life rewards, and they were matching regional offers. So if you had Atlantic City or Foxwoods, Mohegan, a couple other places in New York too, they would match your offers, your slot play or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like a sham. I forgot all my offers. I didn't bring any offer up. I was like, hey. And then I was like going on the Foxwoods website on my phone, and they were offering me nothing. I was like, hey. I was with the lady, and I was like, hold on. And I was like, nah, I'm actually getting nothing today. So that was an embarrassment. But honestly, Lou, I'm not to be too Siskel and Ebert on this, but that 2 thumbs up for Chris. MGM Springfield and that awesome reception at the Tap Sports Bar. I actually got.
Her name was Jay. I think Jay was her.
Jay was the host.
Yes.
Yeah, she
was fantastic.
She was wonderful, and I actually got a little food there. So you know me. I got a little Reuben. We walked in and there was somebody eating a Reuben at the bar. We ran into Bogue and a few other people.
Yes.
Jay was there.
We had to get our ciders, and the guy was like 16, 24, 32. I was like, what?
I did 24, and it was 32 I would have finished, but 24 was just perfect low.
Giant beers.
So we had a little grub there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice bar food.
Yes, very nice.
The prices weren't crazy. We got the Reuben, the pretzel, fried pickles.
Really good fried pickles.
Yeah,
I like fried pickles.
It was under $50. It was like 30, 40 something bucks right off the casino floor.
Great deal.
Nice, and it was packed.
Yes, it was packed. We were doing a little bowling. There was a bowling alley inside the bar.
Chris hooked it up, man.
Yeah, it was so nice. I played a couple of did a couple of bowling spins. Terrible. It's been a while since I bowled.
You had a couple good rolls.
I had a strike. I had a spare, but you know, I bowled like 12 frames. So yeah.
A couple of tough ones.
Yeah, I almost threw my back out. It's been a while since I played.
It was entertaining for us, at least. Watching you tip. And it's nice, too. You had this little swagger tiptoe step when you threw it. Like a little ballet dancer.
Well, I bowled league for like 6 years.
Really?
Bowled
league?
Yeah, I mean, I was like 24, so like it is a while.
Well, still though, but I mean, I stink at bowling. I'm like horrible, so I can't criticize anybody.
Yeah, no, I wish I could have got back in the group because I probably would have played for a little while.
So we did take some pictures on like the little red carpet area there. Mm-hmm. But I was saying Siskel and Ebert, 2 thumbs up on the Tap and the reception that Chris put together.
Yes.
Everyone came out with. we had the free drink tickets. I got a nice cocktail. I got the AKA. Me and Bogan got an AKA. It was a gin, a bourbon. Oh no, it was. I don't know. I wish I should have wrote it down. I'm
almost gonna look it up because I got their martini that they had. Their
that
was
good
really
too. Yeah.
good.
This is perfect, Lou. We're a great team because then you could see half my face over this giant monitor I have, but you could do little things on your phone and make it so I'm not a total idiot. I like this. That's how Joe Rogan does it. He has somebody off screen that helps him not look like an idiot.
Let's see. I'm going to pull it up right now. I had the Framboise Martini, which was Stoli Raz, a little creme de cassis.
Yeah, we're not.
And a little lemon sour on there. Yeah, your AKA was gin, Knob Creek, elderflower liqueur, lime juice, simple syrup, and the chili flakes.
The chili flakes. Tony, Jason, eat your heart out, Vice Online. This was a cocktail, and I'm gonna sound like a shill here. But, normally I'll just get a beer, whatever. I don't care. And I'm not usually a high-end cocktail guy, I'll get something on the rocks, whatever. I don't care what it tastes like, I'll drink whatever. But Bogan ordered this, and then it kind of made me say, okay, you know what, I'll follow him. And Lou, I really, truly enjoyed my cocktail. I was like, this thing, I'm saying, I would go out of my way and go there and get the AKA, if I went back to Springfield, because that's how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely a nice spot. The martini, really good. I remember watching Bogan finish his drink, and all the chili flakes were sitting at the bottom, and he just swilled it all down. And even I was like,
Bogan don't mess around.
He does not.
So
we'll get into that at some point today.
So we had a great meetup, and just a disclaimer, we said hello and talked to so many people. And in an effort to not get people's names wrong or forget anyone, I'm not going to mention a ton of names here, Lou. Just a few people that something big happened with. But we played with a lot of people.
We all had
it was almost it was 70-something people that were at the meet and greet at the beginning for the sign up, and then the slot pool was over 60 people. So it was a great turnout.
It was a big turnout, and people had name tags.
That's my lame apology in advance for if I say leave out the name or say it wrong.
I'm going to piggyback off that too because I'm terrible with names, and the only reason I knew anybody's name is because of the name tag, and I've already forgotten almost everybody's name too. So I apologize as well. I work with a whole new set of people at my new job. I still don't remember half the names of them. So I've been there for 4 months too. So
there you go. We forgive you. I don't know if they're gonna forgive me, but we forgive you. You're good with that.
Thank you.
So we ended up leaving the tap. We had a good time. Nice seats, nice drinks. And after Tap, Lou, what the hell did we do? We went back to the hotel. Went back to our room. We went and admired our rooms like a couple of snobs. We walked back in.
I had to change because I wore my train clothes because when I'm traveling,
you had
my
the fanny pack going.
Yeah, I had my fanny pack. People love that fanny pack. I
wore actually did get a lot of compliments.
I know. You know what? Fanny packs are back, man.
I can't believe it. They are.
It's terrible. But
I was honestly like this hip guy with his fanny pack. It's good letting it all hang out there. So Lou, so we went up to the room. I enjoyed the room. Obviously, we won't harp on how much we enjoyed the room. And then we headed down to swipe our new M Life cards that we got. I matched my Diamond Caesars tier. Got the gold. Lou, you got upgraded from Sapphire to Pearl just for being a member of Chris's Springfield group.
Exactly.
Which hopefully everyone had a great... That was fun. I mean, it was a really fun, good time. Even just the tap bar.
Yes.
So we ended up... What happened was we all signed up. But if you've never signed up before... I didn't have a pin made up, so I signed up, matched my card, but I didn't make a pin, so I had to go to a cage and finish to complete the thing. So I don't know if I made a mistake or whatever happened, but I had to go. So we ended up going to the cage inside the high limit room, which real bougie. So the guy was like, "You go there, the high limit room," and I was like, "Let's go to the high limit."
Yeah, it's like we went into the high limit room. It was nice, and you know what? I don't want to compare it to another casino because it's a smaller casino than we're used to at Foxwoods and Mohegan, which are these giant palaces to the casino gods. But you know what? It was a nice, cozy, quaint high limit room that had one side had the tables, the other side had the slot machines. In between was a nice bar. I ended up at that bar playing video poker. I was trying not to have an anxiety attack during the slot pool.
You're telling me.
Yeah, but But you know what? Very nice, super great staff that was working the bar. Super nice people. In that high limit room, we little do we know or actually did we know? That's probably where we're going to end up doing the slot pool. But
no, I knew.
Yeah,
I know.
You know, I'm
surprised.
Still super surprised that I'm wandering around and seeing everything there. So it was a nice experience just checking that out before, the little calm before the storm.
Calming on the storm. So we went, we got our pins, and then it was almost slot bowl time. I think we got a cocktail at the bar too with Mikey, my mother, her friend Barb, Amanda, and we ran into a bunch of people. So anyway, we go to start the slot pool, Lou. And here's the conundrum: is because Massachusetts, they're new to this stuff, Lou.
Yeah.
Chris actually had to get the gaming commission to clear the slot pool. Chris put a lot of work in. So again, I've had Chris on the show. We've talked about it, but Chris put a lot of work on. He loves Springfield. He loves this property, and he impressed. He impressed me with, and MGM Springfield impressed me with their hospitality.
I can imagine how stressful the setup was for him. And I've never seen such a jovial-looking guy the whole time. The hugest smile on his face the whole time. People were coming in super amped up, super hyped for everything. That dude's got endless energy. I'm so shocked. I don't know. He must have slept like a baby at the end of that night.
Probably. We didn't, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But the difference with this slot pool than the other ones we've done, like Gamblepalooza or different sorts of events people do, is Massachusetts went a one button pusher. They didn't want the turns, and they're new to this, so I'm sure, as people do these, they might be able to reevaluate and see how people do elsewhere. So look, I had a lot of responsibility here.
Yeah.
Chris was like, "Can you be the button pusher?" And who am I to, turn down pushing a $100 spin slot machine button? You know what I mean? So that was, from my end, I had a little nerves here because the whole slot pool was really riding on me. Normally you're like, oh, we lost. It's everyone's fault. Now it was like, God forbid we win nothing. Nothing exciting happens. It's all Cousin Vito at the wheel of the Titanic steering us into the iceberg. So...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so but we dodged the iceberg.
Yes.
What I tried to do though to incorporate people was kind of weird. Is I was holding people's hands.
Yes.
I was having them rub the machine, rub my shoulders. I would rub their shoulders. There was a lot of rubbing and holding going on.
A lot of human contact, trying to absorb people's energy to try to will the win to happen. You sent me a great picture earlier of you holding up.
I think Chris took that, or MGM photography.
Someone
was there
took
too.
a great picture of it.
Beautiful pic of me. I think it was some stranger because there was people I was like. They're like, oh, yeah, we should, people were saying stuff behind me that may have just been from Springfield or known Chris, because it was like, it was funny because there was a good amount of people from Gamblepaloozas and stuff like that, but there was also Springfield natives who were there who was like, wow, what's this? What's this? We never seen a slot pool before. How does this work? And it was like, oh my God, you ever been to one of these things? So it was kind of like, I also wanted to, you wanted something good to happen, so people were like, I want to do this again sometime.
Yeah.
I think we pulled it off, Lou.
I think so.
We had a nice, we ended up with over $6,000 in. We had a nice pinball bonus round that was over $3,000.
Yeah.
We had another line hit, I think, that turned out to be $2,000. Mm-hmm. And then along the way, we had a couple other little wins and things like that. So we played a bunch of different machines. $100 Wheel of Fortune, that's what I wanted to play, Lou. Dud.
Yeah.
Total dud. $100 wheel, guys. We didn't get one.
We scouted that
spin.
machine early, too. We're like, this has got to be the one, because we're looking at it, and it's up to $20,000. This has got to be the machine to play. And we went 4 or 5 spins, and that was just let's get out of here.
We got creamed on there. And the top dollar and the double top dollar, that was the most popular, but I had my reservations, Lou, because the top dollar's tough. You have to make choices in the bonus round. You know what I mean? Where wheel, it's like, okay, let's hit the button. Oh, geez, we lost. We're top dollar, you're like, do we take this offer? All right, now what do we got? 37 to 32. We're not going to take the offer. You know what I mean? It's like, well, it didn't matter because we didn't get a bonus on top dollar either way.
That's exactly why. At one point, I was near your mom, and I was like, I don't know if I can be here with making these crazy decisions, moving from machine to machine, and I was like, I need a drink. And your mom was like, just go at the bar. Just go hang out. Just play a little video poker. You'll be fine. And I went right to the bar, and I sat down, and I watched. And when you hit, I think that first hand pay, and I was like, okay, that's great. I'm going to stay over here, though, because maybe this is a good luck charm. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to get another drink. I'm going to keep playing. And I managed to put $100 into the video poker machine, and I didn't lose anything. So that was good.
My mom's pretty good with the casino advice, though, right?
Yeah.
Lou's getting anxiety at the slot. She's like, oh, honey, it's okay. Go get a drink at the bar and play some video poker to calm you down.
It worked.
It works.
I know. It was crazy. You hit the...
And you must have been here screaming and yelling because we were wild.
I was next to a couple. They were next to me. They were regulars at the casino. And they're like, "What's going on over there?" I'm like, "They're doing a slot pull." And they're like, "What is that?" And I'm like, it's anxiety inducing. And as I'm trying to like,
Oh,
drink
what a
down my
salesman!
drink-
Well, thanks for the sell
I was
job
like,
there.
but they're
Oh,
like,
it's
it looks so
it gives
fun
you
over
odds,
there.
you know.
I'm like, well, no, everyone's having a good time. Just I can't handle it over there. This is too much for me right now. I'm just taking a moment away from there. But they were super intrigued by it. So maybe
to see everyone slapping, it's like a craps table atmosphere.
Yeah.
A hot craps table for non-craps players.
yeah, exactly.
Because and especially. And we actually played another couple of new games. We had there was a new game, some sort of wheel spin game that had this very similar Wheel of Fortune wheel, and we hit the 2 times on that. So then we got another wheel spin, and on to a normal person it would have been a big hit, but when you're playing $100 a spin, it was like, oh, it wasn't a hand pay, so you forget about it. But we had a lot of that picture you saw where we're holding hands looking up. That was that wheel spin where we got the 2 times.
Yeah, I can tell you were looking up, hoping, praying with
Oh,
everybody,
right.
like, please.
That's a good picture.
That was a great picture.
The angle was perfect because you couldn't see what was on the wheel. You could just see the light of the wheel flickering on all our faces and our eyes and the reflection
Everyone
of it.
entranced looking at the wheel.
Yeah,
so
no, that was beautiful. So I don't know if Chris took that, but that was a beautiful
great
picture. So slot pull was a blast, big success. It handled perfectly. We ended up. Everyone cashed out. I think we ended up with $60 a piece.
Yeah.
So we bought it for $100. We ended up getting $20 in slot play from MGM. So all that fun only cost us $20.
Yeah.
Which worked out perfect.
100%. I had a feeling like if I take back any money from this, I'm happy. The fact
Yeah.
that like 2/3 of it back, or more than 2/3, whatever the math is on that. 60% of it back on there, fantastic.
And you got another 20% in free slot play.
Exactly.
So $20, and you got your MGM card upgraded. And we did have a blast. I mean, honestly, I've been a part of a bunch of slot pulls, and maybe it's because it was so new to people too. Like there's a lot of people that I would probably say it was almost 50-50 with people who really knew what was going on and people who like kind of were like, what's happening? And
they enjoyed it too because we got pretty hyped up and everyone was like super into it. So I think people that even had no idea what was going on.
You could lose $100 sneezing at the casino. Never mind slapping 100 times, and everyone like. So that was a wonderful time, and here was a nice twist. We ended up doing a meetup at the Commonwealth Bar. Commonwealth Bar. Chris got some birthday cake for my birthday. Thank you, Chris. It was a beautiful display. We had flickering lights and candles.
Nice
we blew it out.
LEDs and stuff spinning around. I didn't know there was 2 cakes. I had a chocolate cake. I don't like chocolate cake, but
I held off for
cake.
the vanilla. So yeah, no, I was holding off. I got the vanilla though. But one thing that was an interesting twist that I've never done before at the slot pull is normally you do it, you pay it out right there. But because of the timing worked out perfectly, it was like maybe the slot pull lasted a little under an hour, and then we had to go to the Commonwealth to meet up for our cake and a cocktail. And it worked out perfect because then Chris could go, got all the money together, got all the slot pull stuff, and then everyone comes out. We have a cocktail and some cake that on Chris. Thank you, Chris, so much.
Yes.
And we all had cake, and everyone got their money from the slot pull. So
it was all our birthdays.
It helped
cake and money was great.
Keep the social. We're eating cake, got money. We all got cash in our hand now.
Yeah.
And so that was 2 thumbs up on that. That very hospitable in there.
Yes.
And I was able to order. I think I ordered because I was ordering cocktails for multiple people. I think I even ordered 3 cocktails at once, and no one said boo to me because I was like, you know what I mean? Like the waitress is working hard, but it's like she's never gonna get to all of us. But I'll be out of here.
Yeah.
I have craps tables to go sniff around.
I'm getting a White Claw and a vodka cranberry. No question.
That is what you got. Yeah, what was that? Luke, I came back. I had like a scotch and a beer. Luke came back with a White Claw and a vodka cranberry. You're like a freshman in college, Luke.
Hey, you know what? I was like, let me keep this light because I don't drink that much anymore. So when I have 1 or 2 drinks, it gets to me pretty quickly. I had the one drink.
Yeah, you were having a good time.
Yeah, rosy cheeked and all. I was having a good time, and I just had a
you were jamming out. Was that at the Commonwealth? You were dancing around.
Yeah,
little dance room.
Music was bumping. I was feeling great. You know what?
I
needed that time to like take a moment to step out of like my everyday. What's the rigmarole?
The rigmarole. Yeah, that works.
And you know what? I needed that. I needed
that works.
I needed the day off, and it worked out perfectly because I knew I had to go back to work the next night. So I was like, you know what? This ended up being great. And to let loose, relax. It was fun.
And the beauty is, it was just a train right away for you.
Yeah.
So it was carefree. I mean, people all over the world, all over the country, tune into this. So where we are, we're on like a main artery of a lot of major cities up here in like southern Connecticut. So for us, we go to Manhattan. We hop on a train station that's 10 minutes away, and it takes us right to Manhattan. You can do the same thing. Go to Boston. Go to clearly Springfield now. Go to Poughkeepsie. There's a million places you could go on trains around here. And I've never taken a train to Springfield. So when Lou said he's taking the train, I'm a train guy. I love train rides. You have a cocktail, you relax. Like, maybe it's because as the kid, we were able to take the train into the Atlantic City from New Haven, go to New York to New Haven. So I have like an affinity for it. And for me to be able to say my vacation starts when I get on the train.
Yeah.
That's like because driving there, I was stressed driving because I hate traffic. Who's cutting me off? I'm in the fast lane. It's like, get out of my way. What's this guy going 10 miles over in the fast lane? You're going to hell. I'm a little wild. On the way back from the casino, though, I'm in the slow lane. I got an egg sandwich.
Yeah.
On the way there, though, I am like Top Gun flying down trying to get to the casino. So, needless to say, Waze was pissing me off. But very cool. That I just wanted to say how cool. I almost want to take the train, as corny as that sounds.
Next
drive
time you go up
backwards to go to the train station, then to take the train up.
Well, you know what? They connect that line. I think you can pick it up in Wallingford.
Really?
So yeah, because that line runs straight through. It's over on like.
So I could take the train to Springfield.
Yeah.
I'll
show you. I'll give you.
This changes everything.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
Even Meriden too. Meriden's got a train station too. Pop right over there. You're good.
Wow. All right. I'm more of a Metro North, New York City. I never take the train north, really.
You know what? You catch the Amtrak train that comes through there, and you avoid the regular
I'm
one.
taking it from Boston to New Haven.
Yeah.
I've never done through the middle of Connecticut like that. I
That's
like
nice.
that. Okay. All right. Very good advice.
All right. So we're done with the Commonwealth. We had our
yeah,
cake.
we left the Commonwealth, and now I was like, basically, it was this event called Thanks Gambling. But Lou, we barely gambled.
I know. This one, we did the slot pull. We did a little slots beforehand with your mom and Mikey.
We did a tag team slot pull. Me, Lou, my mother, her friend, and Amanda. So it was five of us.
Yeah, Mikey didn't.
And Mikey, I think, went. And that's when he had a hot dog. Mikey was like, I gotta go eat. He went and had a chili dog, a cheeseburger. I wish he was here because we were really breaking him off. That I was like, what'd you eat? He's like, chili dog. And I was like, what'd you go? Like a barbecue somewhere. You know, a chili dog in the middle of the day here. What was it? The 4th of July. I guess it was Veterans Day weekend. So So anyway, we ended up getting on a craps table finally.
Yes.
After all this fun, we got to the craps table, and we had a nice full craps table, Lou. That was a nice craps session.
You know what? I like playing craps with you because like I can kind of like sit back, watch what you're doing, get an idea of like what's going on. Because I haven't played.
I was blabbing a lot too. I was talking a lot.
You were giving people nicknames. You were telling I believe in you. I believe in you to like 7 different people that were rolling.
I feel like it wasn't obnoxious though, was it?
No, it wasn't obnoxious.
I was just trying. I was like, you know what? We all because probably half the table had the Thanks Gambling name tags on. So me, you, Frank, a.k.a. Frank the Tank, Jay, Gina, and there was even more people down the other end. Bogan was down there, and there's even several more I'm not naming. So we almost took over the craps table, but there were Springfield regulars there that were like, who are you guys? What's this thing?
What's that thing on your shirt say? What's going on? The dealers were super nice, making jokes the whole time. So the sweet lady that was like next to you at one point dealing. So far, I haven't had a bad experience with anyone that's working at the casino so far. Everything just worked out really good. And that craps game ended up being... I was worried because I only won like once. That's the first time I've ever played.
One time is better than what I've been up to.
Yeah, so like it was nice that in the end, like we were on that table for like at least an hour, maybe.
Yeah, we went around the whole table.
Yeah, I mean my throws were not good, but I think it's just my place.
You know what?
I'm trying
they
to
all blur
underhand
together
throw or like flip throw. It's not that I like kind of doing a sidearm throw, and I just couldn't get the right angle for it.
How'd you like my high arc?
Yeah, you're like I like you were floating it, like you're rookie of the year.
I know. I try to do like. You know what I really picture? I picture like one of those last-second Jordan buzzer beaters where like the ball's up and everyone's like,
everyone just pauses.
And then when it hits, especially when you hit and it's like the hard way and you hit the point, you feel like Jordan, like, dang. You're like, what? So we played a lot of fun craps, and one of the dealers said they actually knew about the podcast, Lou.
Yeah,
really?
really?
I heard about that show. I listen to that show. I was like, that's me. I was like, I'm here. So that was one of the first times a dealer actually was like, oh yeah, I listened to the show. So that was cool.
That's cool. Yeah, I must have zoned out as I'm counting my chips, making sure I get back to my original 100 that I bought in. I'm like, am I close? Am I close? As soon as I got back to my 100, I was like, I'm out. I gotta get out of here. It's painful at first, but I was happy that
But you fled even. That's a fair move. So we on a side note, it was funny. So that sweet lady was like, oh, and we're like, oh yeah, we're basically a group of gamblers that roam around and meet up and all try to play together. And she's like, oh, that's really cool. And then it was funny because Atlantic City Jay had something going on where like the dealers, because dealing craps, there's the basic way to deal craps that's pretty simple to get. But then when people are making all sorts of different bets, any 7, the world bet, horn bets, and you have a bunch of bets going on, you have to be astute at math and the payouts and what's happening and what this person's saying. So when we were talking, so then Jay was like, hold on one sec. So then he's like, hang on, I gave you this for this. So he was going to this thing, and this lady was like, so the game was kind of held up, and I was like, if Jay's stopping the game to say something went wrong, he's like, I'm gonna bet you that something went wrong over there. And sure enough, like we couldn't hear everything that was going on, and then boopy boopy boo. Okay, all right. The guy was like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. And then Jay got his chips, and it was like, I was like, yeah, you see, you're not putting one over on one of us. I was like, we're like mad dogs, It's like don't pet the animals here, because we're gonna have a good time, but we will bite if we're provoked. So that was we had a blast there. You ended up hopping off when you broke even, Lou.
Yeah.
I hung around a little bit longer, had some fun. Hopefully Frank, that's one name I do remember, is Frank. He ended up winning one of the prizes at our meetup that we're going to get to at the end, where Chris had great prizes for us, too. Frank the Tank had a nice roll. Whoa.
Yeah, he did. That actually brought me back to being even, because I was like, I'm down. I got to have something happen. He was the next spot after me, I think. He brought me back. I don't know how much he gave me, but he definitely brought me back to being even.
I left. I should be more responsible. But I left up. I don't know how much, but I know I left and I was happy about it.
Well, I left and I went. I was with Amanda. Was hungry, and I was like, "Let's go find something to eat," because I know that you were still feeling good. I think Mike got in at that point too.
Mike finally got finished his chili dog. Got us with us.
Well, we went and found we went to the marketplace, like the little food court area they had there.
You guys had some Asian food or something.
Yes, a place called. Of course, we're in Massachusetts. A place called Wicked Noodle.
Okay, that makes sense. Wicked.
I picked up some pad thai. Actually, really good. Nice little spice to it. They had these Szechuan dumplings.
Yeah,
actually really good, really spicy.
Snuffed a few of those from you. Snuck them out of there when Amanda had hers, and they were. I like the spice. I was jealous that I didn't eat that.
No, it was very nice. So just stepping in the food court, seeing the places that they had. But I was feeling like some sort of Asian cuisine, something like some noodles, something spicy. That hit the spot perfectly, because I knew that we weren't going to be at the little awards ceremony for a little bit.
Yeah.
So
little sustenance there with all the cocktails and all the other stuff.
And I wanted to kind of keep the budget low on food, because I wanted to gamble.
Keep gambling. It's gambling.
So, and I think I spent for that the dumplings, the pad thai, I think it was under $20.
Nice,
which is really good. So.
And you got to eat it in the cool room. Yeah. And speaking of that, so they were like, Amanda and Lou were like, oh, we're upstairs. Amanda's like, oh, I'm going upstairs. And Lou's like, oh, I went upstairs. So I go upstairs, and my room's past Lou's room. So I go and knock on Lou's door and go to run away to my room to go say hi to Amanda. Who opens Lou's door and goes into the hallway? My wife comes out of Lou's room. Oh, man. I'm like, what are you doing in Lou's room? And then I go, and that's when I saw the Asian spread. It was like I was at some sort of Chinese restaurant. Everything laid out on the table. It looked beautiful. I was jealous of you two, but so after we had a little bit of that, we went downstairs. We might have played a few slots or something, hung out a little bit.
I think we did. We cashed out for the money that we had from the slot play with your mom earlier. So we had a couple bucks. I think we had one machine, 2 machines. We're like,
we had the roulette bone. We had little bonuses, but then we're bumbling, stumbling. Who do we see at a Pai Gow table? Bogan, with an open seat right next to him. So I sit down. Or no, it was an open seat too from Bogan.
Yes.
I sat down, and then right when I sat down, the guy next to me between Bogan got the hell out of there, and he was like, I'm done with these guys. So then I scooched down, and it was me. We had me, Lou, and Bogan all in a nice little row there.
Yes.
And
you took a little early. We jumped a little early because we went to Calmar first. Calmar? You jumped early.
Yeah. After the meal,
yes,
we went to Kalmar for the closing ceremony, which the person basically, when you signed up for the event, you picked whether you were going to play tables or slots.
Yes.
The person who got rated the most points in the table games got a $500 voucher, and the person who got rated the best in the slots got a $500 voucher. And we had a raffle ticket for being a part of the event that got somebody a signed
Patriots
helmet. What's the cornerback? They signed him from the Bills.
I can't think of him right now, too. I'm drawing a blank.
Gilmore.
Yes.
A signed Patriots helmet from Stephen Gilmore. And, I was totally impressed.
Yeah. The way to close out just the whole Thanksgiving thing, Chris, fantastic. He's a great hype man.
Yeah.
He is fantastic.
2 thumbs up to Chris. MGM, they got a good promoter in Chris because, basically, people who are big gamblers, a lot of the reviews that I got were like, oh, it's kind of small, but like kind of like, no, I don't want to say negative reviews, but not like, oh, you got to get there.
Yeah.
And honestly, Chris talked it up and was like, you got to come visit. You got to see this place. We're going to have a blast. And he was right. You know what I mean? He was right, Lou.
100%.
I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah, no, the trip 100% delivered, and I want again thanks Chris for putting everything together and just getting that whole little community feel together. It was a wonderful experience. I'm never gonna forget it. You know, these experiences that
you're getting me teary eyed here.
Yeah. You know what? It's like honestly, I wouldn't be doing any of these things unless you convinced me to go to some.
I was a gambling maniac.
Yeah, I'm glad that I've made these decisions to go and do these sort of things. They're super fun, man. It's like if I had more friends that like were like fringe gamblers, I try to convince them, but some of them are really really tight about their.
Lou,
money.
it's all you know. You suck them in with the slot pole. That's what you do. So well, we're running not too long here, but I want to get into. We did play some Pai Gow. Lou, you played Pai Gow for probably the longest you ever played Pai Gow. I'd say, right?
We were at that table for it had to be like 2-3 hours.
I got
almost
crushed.
Yeah,
crushed. Oh
Yeah.
my god! Well, it was a slow crushing.
Yeah.
It was like when they crushed the cars in the compactor, just in real slow motion. That was basically sums up my Pai Gow. But one thing that did happen was the waitress was walking by. The waitresses were pretty well serving us pretty well, and so somebody there was some other guy at the table, and he was like, oh, a Red Bull. So I was like, that sounds good. So I turned around and I was like, well, let me get a water or something. And the lady just had a tray of Red Bulls, sugar-free and regular Red Bulls, and I was like, you know what? I'm so thirsty, and Red Bulls, I do like the flavor. I haven't had one in a while. Well, I rocked a Red Bull,
but it was at
midnight. Rocked a Red Bull midnight at the Pai Gow table because Pai Gow could put you to sleep anyway. So I was like, I got to get up here.
I got one too, but I was already like on the downward spiral. I'm like, just get me back to the hotel.
Because I was like it was like 3 a.m. I didn't want to go to bed still. So then we were walking around. Lou wanted to play some roulette, and Lou, that might be the best decision of the trip. We went to I think it was a $15 roulette table.
$15 roulette table. I was worried. You know what? That's with me. I'm always a roulette guy. That's the one thing I feel like for some odd reason my best odds.
It's
are
easy.
roulette.
You get it. You know you're not. You know what you're getting.
Yeah, I was worried. You know what? I put my money down. I bought it for like $100, and he gave me the stack. And the way I'm used to playing
Singles.
is the chips being singles.
Yeah,
he gives me the stack. He's like, these are nickels, and I'm like, what? I'm like in a panic. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta put $5 a bet on this, and I'm like horrified as I pick my numbers. I'm like, what are my numbers?
I bumble up with my Red Bull wings, and I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Well, even I was like, hey, I don't like the nickels inside either, but let me tell you, it paid off.
It paid off. That first number came out. Boom, 27. We're like, oh my god, I hit that. You hit it too. We're like, oh my god, what happened?
We both had 27. And then I ended up. We only were there for 3 spins. I think I hit numbers on 2 of them. I think I bought in for 100 with you.
Yeah.
And I cashed out with 200, and we were like, let's get the hell out of here. And they even did like a dealer switch, so we got 2 spins, dealer switch, and it was like, you know what?
It's the move. Get out.
I played enough Pai Gow to know we're up. It's a miracle. $200 in Pai Gow. That would have taken us like a marathon. 2 weeks we would have been at the table to get up that much in Pai Gow.
Oh my
we barely even blinked and we were up. So we had a great time on the floor. I did. Before we go, I also want to say I did like the drink stations they had throughout the floor area, because you know what, it is great when the waitress brings you your coffee or whatever. But it was nice to be able to say, you know what, I was getting sugar-free lemonades. And then making my own iced coffees. I was like a barista, Lou, at the thing. We were all like our own little baristas.
Yeah, it was nice.
And I liked your touch. Part of our thanks gambling was this little swag bag. It had like playing cards, and it had an MGM Springfield like coffee cup.
Yes.
Lou was using this cup the next morning. I like that. Lou.
Yeah, you know what? They had a freestyle machine, Coke freestyle machine, and had diet cream soda, which I never buy because soda is too expensive nowadays. But free diet cream soda, I probably drank about like a gallon.
A gallon? I didn't think you were gonna go. You drank a gallon?
At least.
You must have been sneaking off on me.
No, you know what? Because I
saw when you're filling, you're drinking.
I saw the night before, and I'm filling up. I had probably 3 or 4 glasses. Like when we were walking back with the food,
that's what you
I went and got 2 glasses.
That was the root beer that was
I love it, man. So good.
And one last dining, we ate at the little it's a little walk up like diner type of thing.
In the market, there's a Bill's Diner or something like that, and like they had a late night menu.
And I ended up having a lot of stuff. I had the cheeseburger, it's a late night cheeseburger. I don't know. It wasn't anything,
Chicken tenders were good. Chicken tenders, you can't do wrong with chicken tenders.
Yeah, you can't. If you do chicken tenders wrong, there's something wrong. And then the next day, I got a smorgasbord for breakfast. We got the French toast. Amanda loved it. It was good. I got a sausage, egg, and cheese. That was nice. And I got a turkey BLTA, which is bacon, lettuce, tomato, avocado.
Yeah.
And it turns out I ate the whole thing myself, so Amanda didn't even get to enjoy that. She had she had a little bit. She didn't want to eat it because she was eating the French toast. So I was like, well, I'll squash this thing down. And you know what? Not gourmet, but for the price point, under $10.
Yeah.
Nice, quick food. Fresh hot food. You can't beat that.
It hit the spot. It's what we needed. It was a great way to close everything because I had to catch my train to get back because I had to go to work that evening because we had a carpet cleaner.
Yes.
Throwing off my night.
The carpet cleaner.
Yeah, I would have loved to say it a little later, but you know what? It was nice to get out because we ended up playing $20 in slots real quick. We lost that real fast. And then I was
our next morning we were like, let's play a little. Real fast is an understatement. We went into the Sphinx 3D machine, and it was $4 max bet. So we were like, all right, we'll buy them for 20 a piece, $40, 10 spins max bet. Maybe we'll hit a bonus. Something happens. We didn't win. We didn't even win a penny. We didn't even win you won half your bet back, or you won 32 cents on something you don't even understand what it is. We won nothing. We lost our money.
Junk.
Straight down the toilet, $40. Didn't win one thing back, and then we're like, let's get breakfast here. We took so long to pick out a machine, like two idiots.
I know.
We're like, no, this one, this one.
I got nauseous looking at the 3D screens. I was like, if we doing this, let's do it. Let's just keep doing. Let's just burn through it.
It seemed like it was meant to be. So anyway, overall, Lou, I was doing the thumbs up. I'm obviously doing 2 thumbs up. I had a blast. Getting to MGM Springfield was easy for you. It was a quick ride for me. It's right off Interstate 91, so you're not driving the back roads. Reviews I heard about the rooms being good, they were good. The rooms lived up to the hype to me. Obviously if you're paying $1,000 for a night at the casino, it's not worth it maybe. But the room rate we got, Chris was able to secure us under $200. I think it only came out to like $218 or something with fees. So very reasonable for a Saturday night at a casino. He didn't break the bank.
Yeah.
And the reviews was that it was small, Lou, and to me, while it wasn't a giant, you're out in Foxwoods or Mohegan and you're not in Atlantic City, you go to a bunch of different places, it didn't feel as cramped as some of the reviews might have made me feel it was going to be. And, I didn't have problem getting on the tables. I'm sure, I was also lucky, and there's times, because there was only like 1 or 2 Pai Gow tables even open. There was maybe 2 or 3 craps tables, tops, I could see where if you're going there to say, I want to play Pai Gow and the table's full and there's no Pai Gow, it can be frustrating. But we lucked out. I had no problem getting on anything we wanted to play.
No, it ended up working out great for us. I think that kind of
by the end of it was like 2 a.m, so it wasn't that hard.
I think that played into a bit of the charm of the place being in such a smaller venue. I had to go take a picture of the castle that was out in one of the courtyards or whatever.
Yes, I did see you taking the castle pic.
Yeah, so I had to do that. It definitely was, it definitely is a smaller casino. If anything, you could probably fit MGM in the smallest casino that's at Mohegan, probably. Casino of the Wind or the Earth.
Yeah, whatever. Either one.
Easily, you could fit it in that space. But, you know what? I didn't get lost trying to find the
Yeah, no, I had a late night at the Borgata once. It was like I was on the Oregon Trail. I was looking for water. Me and Amanda, we were both parched. I was like, I think we saw this already. So this, very easy to navigate.
Yeah.
And honestly, man, I would go back.
Yeah.
I hate to say it because I love Foxwoods and I love Mohegan. And as somebody who lives in this state, you support your local casinos because it goes to your state. But you know what? I could easily see myself going back to Springfield with a bunch of people I like and having a good time.
Oh yeah, no, I've got friends that are from the Enfield area, so they're right over that border.
Oh hey,
yeah, and I'm
well, you'll be throwing parties up there.
I know, and we know plenty of people from our wrestling side gig that are from that area of the Pioneer Valley as they call it. That we could definitely have get-togethers at that casino, and it's I'm glad that it's close enough that we can get there without it being troublesome. It's not like taking a trip down to Atlantic City, which I haven't done ever because I think it's a 3-hour drive to Atlantic City.
Have you never been to Atlantic City?
No, my grandma used to go all
Oh
the time.
my God! You've never been to Atlantic City?
No, the furthest I've gone in New Jersey is Seaside Heights
Well,
to the
look,
boardwalk.
Keep your summer open because I'm planning on doing a family trip down to Atlantic City. I'd love for you to come down. We can easily find you. I know enough travel people. We'll be able to find you some sort of nice room down there.
Nice.
We'll help you out.
All right, perfect.
So so excellent time. Thanks, Gambling. Thank you, Chris, for throwing that. I'd love to go back there and do it again sometime.
Yeah.
Lou, you ready to jump into a really quick, tight, petite pigskin pick'em?
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Cousin Vito's Pigskin Picks.
Ooh, doggy Lou. We are in the Cousin Vito Eliminator Challenge, and I can't believe this. We have a winner, Lou.
That's crazy.
It is. We are in week 11 of the NFL season. We crowned a winner week 10. Papa Mike, Lou, has
Daddy
won.
Mikey? What?
Not Cousin Mike, not Daddy Mike. Papa Mike has won the challenge with his week 10 pick of the Baltimore Ravens, who crushed the opposition.
Yeah.
Now,
Lamar Jackson's a monster.
Lamar Jackson is a monster. That was a very convincing victory.
Yes.
We lost a lot of people. We lost. You can bet on that to the Colts. We lost Canadian Dave to the Colts. The Colts hurt a lot of people, and the Saints hurt a lot of people. I had the Saints as my pick 'em that week, and they lost. So our last person at a perfect score, Lou, is Papa Mikey. I not that I can't believe it, but he did it.
Good for him, man. How
He's
much did he
the
win
winner.
again?
Well, basically, I didn't do the count, Lou. It says 80 plus on the website. So here's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am generous and I am also a procrastinator, we're going to say, it says 80 plus, we're going to say $90 to the winner. So we have Papa Mike, or Papa Mikey, that's actually both names. Email me, cousinvito@gmail.com. If you're just a listener and you played for free, $90 to you. If you're a Patreon subscriber, Cousin Vito, well, I forgot the Patreon address, so patreon.com/Cousin Vito. I know, I haven't been on there. Honestly, I've been so busy lately, I got the lovely wife. I'm going to have some family and some stuff. I'm going to have some announcements coming up eventually, anyway, on some other fronts. But I want to thank everyone who participated. And Papa Mike, get your money, baby. Email me, cousinvito@gmail.com. You can head to makeluckhappen.com, which will redirect you to cousinvitoscasino.com. And, stay tuned. Follow me on Twitter, @VitosCasino. You could find Big Lou. What's your Twitter?
My Twitter's Big Daddy Lou 71. It's public because that's I just retweet the Iron Sheik a lot.
All right, perfect. Well, that's what people want in their life, Lou. If you
Pretty
were putting something else up there, nobody would want to subscribe to you.
Yeah, try to keep it as
it
problematic free as possible.
Yeah, a little laugh, a little that, a little dipsy doodle.
You can find that on Instagram too, but you probably won't find it.
No, let them find you on Instagram.
No, they can follow. You know what? Follow Big Lou Loves Food on
Yeah.
Instagram. That's my food Instagram. I'm a big guy. I've been losing a lot of weight though because I'm diabetic and I got to cut that out a little bit.
No, I'm a horrible influence.
But
I bought you give me
cider.
50 gallons of cider for it. Yeah, that was kind of thoughtless.
So we just enjoy this 24 ounces of sugar.
Well, you wanted the cider. I was like, I think I'll get the cider. I was like, all right.
It's gluten free, so you know what? It's a
thank
trade
God.
off somewhere along. the
God
way.
forbid you overloaded on gluten of all things.
But yeah, Big Lou Loves Food. Follow me. You can look at pictures of my Peter Luger Steakhouse pictures, which Vito has been tagging me in every 0-star review from the New York
For
Times.
some reason, they were popping up on one of my social media feeds, so I thought it'd be funny to tag you in them after you said how good they were.
Best steak of my life, and you had to just bury me about
I'm
it.
sorry
for
about
days.
that. That's my thing. I'm a jerk sometimes. So, in a comedy way, I guess. So, yeah, follow Big Lou Loves Food. Look it up on Instagram. Lou, he loves food, and honestly, that's part of the casino experience is a little bit of food, wine and dining.
I'm going to actually post some pictures. I took a couple pictures from definitely the tap food because I was not too banged up at that point. So I got some pretty good shots of the food from there. I got some other stuff. I'm going to New York again tomorrow. Once I get out of here, I'm going to pack up probably my camera bag because, I got a brand new camera because I'm just spending money like I got it. But you know what? I'm going to go probably find a nice place to eat tomorrow, take pictures of that, and I'll pop up on the Instagram too. So make sure you check
so you
that
get
out.
some fresh New York content from Big Lou Loves Food.
Definitely.
All right, beautiful. And Lou, while we were at the casino, I just wanted to, wish everyone, all our wrestling pals, that had a great pay-per-view. The AEW had their pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And we missed it. I know this is a gambling show, not a wrestling show, but looks like AEW tore the house down, though.
Yeah.
And Moxley and Cody, and it's great to see people like that succeed.
Yeah,
that work so hard.
Guys that we worked with too for plenty of shows. We worked with Cody for like a year. Just
it's unbelievable. I mean, everyone's making it, Lou.
I know. And we're a couple guys from a little town in Connecticut that just happen to
people knew who Big Lou was at Springfield a little bit. So, but that what made me think of is the Dusty Rhodes quote, because you're talking about Big Lou loves food, and it's not a casino quote, but in a way, it is a microcosm of a casino trip. And I don't know if you know which quote I'm thinking of, Lou, but it's, I've wined and dined with kings and queens, and I've sat in the alley and dined on pork and beans. And if that isn't a microcosm of what a casino trip could be, because you could be at that nice Italian restaurant at 6 o'clock, as more wine, more dessert, bring this over, and then at 3 a.m, you could be sitting at the diner with Mikey eating a chili dog, ready to throw up. You know what I mean? And that's how a casino trip could be.
Exactly.
You might be whining and dining with the kings and queens, or hell, if it goes bad, you might be sitting in the alley dining on some pork and beans. So, Lou, I don't know what it is. I got this old friend though, and I don't know if I've been saying this every show, but Roman philosopher Seneca.
I do know that guy. Yes.
And for people who don't know, Lou actually, that's his voice on the intro of the show. So Lou's been a supporter of the show.
Casino podcast.
Since day one. So that is Big Lou, Big Lou's voice. And Lou, Roman philosopher, I know you know what he says. He said, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity.
Yes.
And Lou, with Chris's help, we prepared to go to Springfield, and we had a 2 thumbs up trip. If we were Siskel and Ebert at the casinos, I'm giving 2 thumbs up. Seems like you're giving 2 thumbs up.
100%. 2 thumbs up. Fantastic.
Fantastic time in Springfield. So who knows? Maybe we'll get a Gamble-Palooza out there, another meetup out there. Who knows? We'll see. But I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's all my friends in Atlantic City and Springfield. I don't know if it's. I was thinking Atlantic City J there, Lou. I was gonna say I don't know if it's Atlantic City J teaching the craps dealers a thing or two in Springfield. I don't know if it was Bogan sitting on the Pai Gow Titanic we were on, Lou. And I don't know if it was that dealer that just kept rolling our numbers at the roulette table. But I got a funny feeling between me, you, Springfield, Foxwoods, Mohegan, Atlantic City, the Vice Lounge Online, Las Vegas, and everywhere out in the world where you can gamble, that together we're going to make luck happen.